Powered by Riverside FM.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, teachers of all ages, welcome to the Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour, or Choey and Jandler's Fun Time Super Happy Hour. I may even messed up our title. Welcome, Jandler.
You redo. Welcome, Choey. You're like, cut. What's my line again? What's my line?
What's my motivation right now
Exactly.
for this? What am I doing? Is it really? Are we really fun time?
Yeah.
Are we super terrific? Or are we just mildly terrific?
I would have thought you'd at least remember your name. You're like, it's Choey and that other guy. You know.
I'm all. It's wait. Who are you again?
Yeah. What's your name again? All right. This is our April 18th episode edition. Hey, real quick. By the way, I posted a new Inebriated History on our TikTok, and I got to put it on the other social medias. Your son responded again, and so he actually responded when I put it earlier the week, and I screenshot it and asked you, I was like, "Is he making fun of us?"
I saw that, and I just glanced over it because I was on the way to work, and so I was like in the mindset of like I got to get ready for work and get to do this stuff. And so when I first saw it, I thought at first you were maybe talking about the dude that we're trying to possibly bring on as a guest speaker. And I was like, he effing better not be, like, cancel him before he shows. Nah, and then I went back actually this afternoon before I hopped in the truck and looked at the text, and I was like, oh, let's talk to him about it then. I was like, I get what you're doing. I'm like, no, that's the education. That's the level of education. They don't talk about stuff like that.
No, it's by the way, that dude, he will be with us next week. Just so you know, he will be. We got him scheduled. It'll be at least a new era in the dawn of Choey and Jandler. Just real quick, where is it at? Because I thought I want to pull up the quote because he said, Lewis and Clark, never heard of it. History's boring, and I was just like, so at the point I didn't understand what he's talking. I thought he was talking about the video, and so I was like, is he cracking on us?
Well, I need to teach him how to use punctuation too, because the way I read it,
I was like,
right. I was like, Lewis and Clark never heard of it. They never heard of what?
They're like, oh, yeah, Lewis and Clark never heard of its history. It's just like,
I know. Dude. I was like, what does this even mean?
Oh, this guy.
Because he's 12 and he doesn't understand punctuation all the way. Which doesn't speak well for his STAR test this week. So.
Maybe they won't ask him to write a sentence.
Perhaps not. Hopefully not.
All right, real quick, holidays.
Here are today's effing holidays.
Just so you know, April 18th, we like to keep it light, funny, and stuff. I didn't see anything that I thought was super hilarious for us, but I do like that today is National Animal Cracker Day. You like animal crackers?
Oh, sweet.
I do.
I actually do.
Yeah. So who can resist the temptation to indulge in these iconic treats for our childhood?
They have like that nice, like, I don't even know what it, like, I can't even think of like what to call the flavor, but like it's just like the finishing flavor is what gets me.
It's like a graham cracker type thing, right?
Yeah,
I feel like it.
But like almost like a buttery graham cracker. It's just good.
Yeah, but you remember, I remember growing up loving the circus cookies. The little ones in that little box.
Oh yeah.
With the little red box with like a little string on, like a mini purse or whatever. But it's just like, hey, I got animal crackers. Today is also National Piñata Day. Life's a party. Whack the piñata and enjoy life and all the goodies that
follow. Okay. What was that again?
Whack the piñata.
I think I'm gonna start using that as a different type of euphemism right there.
It's not that kind of show. I don't know, years ago, I dated a girl whose birthday is Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
And I bought her a piñata for her birthday, right? And the idiot part of it was I thought they came with candy already inside. No, you have to go that extra step, and so it kind of was like a like it fell flat.
Y'all didn't use it like for a party, and everybody like all of a sudden looks at you like, "What's wrong with you, man?"
That would have really been funny, right? Today is World Marbles Day. In case it's time to play and throw your cares away on World Marbles Day. And it's also World Amateur Radio Day, which I thought of us, even though we're not on the radio.
Yeah. Like we're radio-ish.
Yeah. Amateur radio operators provide emergency communications during both natural and man-made disasters. So they're obviously serious. We're not. But
I saw that and I was like, oh, that's not us at all.
No,
Like
but
emergency, we're not like emergency in case break in case of you need a sense of a little bit of a laugh.
like
So
break in case
as
you
an
need a doctor.
as
Choey.
an not that I'm not a body doctor, but not much of a mind doctor either. Though. As an aside, you know what like popped in my brain right after we did the intro right here. You
Yeah.
know, like of our many because we have the many characters that we kind of portray within different shorts.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know the one that we're going to debut for the sports show?
Yeah. Oh
Did
yeah.
you realize? I don't know if you realized, and I didn't even do this purposefully, and I don't know if you did or not, but your
Uh-huh.
new name through that, and my name through that are also the same letters that start with
Oh.
our pseudonyms for the show.
No, it's just kind of a happy coincidence. Or
I know.
you
I was like, what? That's crazy.
know, I like. Did I tell you? Oh, like now when I use Chat GPT a lot, right?
I know. I know. I I
and I'll
know.
and I'll be like, Chat GPT, write up this. I got this idea. Write up a funny sketch for Choey and Jandler, right? And I've used it enough to where I don't have to explain that Chandler's an idiot and Joey's like this serious, sarcastic person or whatever, right? It just knows now. It's just like it's learned this is who Choey and Chandler are. And I was like, that's kind of funny, you know? That's
I
what they
wish
tell you
they
though
would.
on the real, right? Here's something new for or something that people can learn. Because that's why they say when you use Chat GPT, you shouldn't really use real names when you're having to look up stuff, because then they kind
Yeah.
of they learn who you
It
are.
adapts.
Yeah,
It
it
adapts.
adapts
It
to you.
learns It learns like your writing style and your writing habits.
Yeah, so just putting that out there.
I just wish that they would not typecast. I don't know. I mean, Choey's not even a real name, but yet I'm the girl all the
Oh.
time. Like, why am I the girl?
It's that Y at the end, I guess, right? Hey, real quick.
But
I want to let people in on this. I just found this out as I was looking up stuff, right? Did you know starting on April 17th,
I
which is,
saw this. I saw
customers
this.
can buy a bottomless burger pass on the Red Robin website. They can use it any restaurant location for the duration of May, which also just happens to be National Hamburger Month. Apparently, it's like $20. So you can go buy this pass, and I guess you can go to Red Robin for every day if you really want, man. But I'm sure that's not the healthiest thing, but it sounds cool, man. You know?
Well, and because I saw like it scrolling through the Google stuff, like Google's like, "Hey, you interested in this?" And I guess Google's like, "Hey, fatty, you
Yeah.
interested in a burger?" Because I was like, I am interested in this, and then
You
I
know,
was like, oh.
I wasn't, but I'm intrigued now.
I wasn't gonna, but I am now. I'd like it to. And so I think it's a good deal if you're like you said though, if you're gonna go every single day. So I kind of feel like next month when the Burger Pass runs out, there's gonna be like national or like a bottomless like heart murmur or like cardiologist pass for like all these people that go and have a burger every single day.
I'm not saying you got to go every day, but I mean, I think you at least got to go once a week to make it worthwhile. Hit that thing like 4 times a month.
Because it's only. I mean, I think it's only like what did you said, like 30 days or something like that, right?
Yeah, I think it's
It's.
only gonna go like so. It's like you need to make it worthwhile.
Oh, I would go every day if I could. Like if it wasn't like it wasn't gonna make me feel like nice and sluggish and gross and fat.
yeah. Wait,
And even then, I just might do it too.
and I loved Red Robin. You know the one thing about me, I don't know if it's like you. As I've gotten older, um, I look at like the convenience part of it. I was like, hey, I like Red Robin, but man, I got to drive 10 minutes. It's like if it was just right down the street, it'd be a lot different story. But so I'm
We
just throwing that out
this
there. So obviously you saw it
last
too.
last year we got tickets to Fiesta Texas, or I'm sorry, not tickets, passes.
Yeah.
And we added like they had like a little meal plan, like it was a deal, and so like you go, you get I think it was like 2 meals a day or something like that, basically. So like once you pay the pass, then basically the pass is good for two free meals a day, like no charge.
Right.
Which like when you did the math, like the pass was like $200 a person or something like that, and if you go get like a meal, it's like $25. Like and it's not like some like oh my god gourmet meal. It's like chicken tenders and fries is $25 or something like that. A burger and fries $25. But excuse me, we would go, and like the only caveat is like you show up, you order a meal. So like I order the meal, and it's like 8 o'clock at night, or not that's a bad example because park closes. But so I show up and I order a meal at like noon, you have to wait 3 hours to get the second one. And so, like, sometimes when we didn't have anything to do in the summer, we like roll to Fiesta, Texas,
Just to get
just to get like the food. And then, like, I guess we'll kick it for a little bit, go get on some rides, and then be like, if the ride had a long line, we're like, what else are we gonna do? And do that, and like get like 2 meals out of it. Now they weren't great burgers or chicken, like the tenders were good.
You're just like, I already paid for this. I'll get my money's worth.
Well, shoot, because like we paid for that, and like with the pass, it came with like a free cup, like you got refills for free.
Yeah.
And so I mean, you're paying out of pocket. If we'd have paid out of pocket every single time, like we got our money's worth after the first visit from like everything combined. And I was just like, dude, these people are making money like hand over fist because it's like $40 or $50 to park.
I hope you got like your new size shorts and afterwards, to fit in and keep going.
Well, no, because you're walking those calories off, man. You're wandering around the damn park, like. So I was like, all right, like it is what it is, man.
All right,
it balanced out.
Jump into our headlines, all right, sir?
It's time for this week's edition of Choey and Jandler's headlines. Yay! Hooray!
Hey, so I'm second grade, right? Although next year I'm starting to fourth grade, I'll be back to a star grade level. But so we had star on Tuesday for third through fifth at my campus, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, star testing meant second grade skip day in my class. So there are like 7 students absent, and I'm like, where are you at, people? Come on, kids. It's just
no devotion to school.
I had 6 absent today, and then one girl mysteriously, she showed up, but I just like she was there at 11. I was like, for a minute I was like, why is so and so out of their backpack? And I'm like, oh, they just got here. And I was like, that's not cool.
You should have been like, what's the point in showing up? Days at school's halfway over.
Well, yeah, you already counted absent. Not like we're getting paid for you anyway.
No, Jandler, that is not what the education is not about. Just making sure we get the attendance money, sir.
Exactly, right?
Well, how dare you? You can't pay no attention to the man behind the curtain with this.
All right, my second headline, because I didn't start my clock. I'm not trying to keep it long. I need to pull that thing up. By the way, actually, no,
you don't want to keep it. You don't want to keep it long? Is that what you said?
What is with you trying to turn this into some adult-themed TV show or radio?
I'm just asking for clarification on statements made.
So I was talking and I was realizing, like, hey, I got to look at the plan. Actually, I can do this. So I got 2 more headlines, right?
Yeah.
First, dude, I don't know what it is about some of these kids, but they, like my second graders, I kind of redirect them, correct whatever they're doing, and they like hiss at me. And so I wrote a little note. The students hiss at me more than my cat does at home. They're just like, shh. And I'm just like, you're 8 years old. You're about to be third grade. Act like a human being, Act like a person. It's crazy,
Perhaps they identify as a cat.
No, I thought that was taken away, but yeah. You can't do that anymore. Oh, then this last one, I'm leading into before our break. And again, all those break sounds will have to be added in post, apparently, because my soundboard froze on me. My class decided to have their own tea party, I think yesterday. And think about Boston Tea Party, tea was just poured all over the classroom. It's like, I don't know what they were doing, but there was tea in the back, like on the floor and on the sink. And they're trying to clean it up like with one, not even a paper towel, like one tissue at a time, like a Kleenex. And I was like, get out of here. And then I just went and called the office, like, hey, can I get a custodian? Because it was pretty massive. Like, it looks like they filled the whole thing up with tea and they just threw it over. And they're like, oops.
Children.
I know.
Children. And they don't ever care either.
You kids ever spill something at home and put newspaper on it like Big Daddy did? Remember the movie with Adam Sandler? Just put newspaper on it.
No, if they've
Don't
done
worry
that,
about it.
I whoop their bottom. They're like, you better clean that stuff up right now. No. No, we're not doing that.
Any headlines for you this week?
No.
Nope.
No headlines.
All right, so we're going to roll to break, and there will be at some point when I edit, I'll put the music in and the ad. So it's like we just have to we'll add that couple minutes of time right there. But then I'm gonna roll on. We'll come back. It's actually kind of got short because I really wasn't really like trying to plan like a whole. I wasn't trying to cram a lot of stuff, and I honestly I kind of forgot about the second half of the episode. I was like, oops. So I don't got too much plan on that, but we're good there. Is that cool?
Absolutely.
All right, you're like absolutely.
We don't. You know what I mean? We don't. We just don't.
We just don't. You know, we could. I think kind of prepared. No, I'm not prepared. Never mind. I was like, we could do a TripAdvisor, but nope. Never mind.
We don't. Like that's the one thing that I guess people, because you and I are very similar in the fact that like it is what it is, man. Like we roll with it. Like unless it's like something absolutely detrimental, we're like, nah, we're not gonna do that. Like for the most part, we're good. And like people can't deal with that.
And that's another thing that I was trying to coordinate with that guy. You know, I was like, because I don't know, like I saw his message. See, I think, and I don't know where his time zone is either. That's another thing I was trying to figure out. I need to message him that. But like he's on when he messages on the pod match, it's when I'm at work. And when I message, like so we don't message like right away. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's like this gap. And so that like I did see his message where he said he's looking forward to it, you know, and excited and wants us to like gear him towards our audience or whatever. So like I think it'll be cool. It'll just be new for us, you know. But yeah, I know what you mean. I was trying to somehow pregame it enough where I'm like, we're not throwing him way out of whack, you know. But
we're like, are you sure you want to hang out with that?
Dude, I gotta, and I'll show you this. We won't go over it, but I started getting some questions. But I figure what's probably gonna happen is you or I, as we're talking, will probably be like, nah, we'll ask him something different, you know, or somebody just come to you because like I was doing this just with Chat GPT in my brain. You may have your own question or questions. So anyway, roll the break, come back, and then we'll do this. All right?
Yeah.
Here we go.
We say gun bay, cheers mate, and cheers mate again, or simply cheers. Sometimes it's got towels and tea, other times it's cheers. Are you effing hoser? You effing hoser. We also say soul day, salute, salute or to gay, skull. Let's all say Nastarovi in the Russian way. In Vietnam we shout out yo Walugi Wawa, make South Africa glow. In Portugal it's a solid soda, and Bud Mo, Ukraine's here to stay. For Jamaica, it's a loud yaman. No matter the place, we drink till dawn. That's how Choey and Jandler cheers around the world. Cheers, cheers around the world.
All right, real quick, let's go, Morgan.
Hi there, I'm here to help Choey and Jandler to read an advertisement for BuyBlackett.com. Please shop BuyBlackett.com. Are you looking for unique gifts at unbeatable prices? Then look no further. BuyBlackett.com has quality merchandise for everyone on your list, from gifts for cat and dog lovers, to American fans, beer enthusiasts, and even Jesus lovers. As for teachers, we didn't forget about you. Please don't miss our funny attire to brighten up your classroom. So bring a smile to your loved ones' faces and shop BuyBlackett.com today. Tell them Choey and Jandler sent you.
Don't laugh at me, man. So, hey, it's almost Easter, right? So I got two things I want to play. I'll play this one, and then I'll have to cut out the sound when I'm looking for the other one. But Sunday is Easter, so we're gonna play two Inebriated Histories. One for Easter, one for the Easter Bunny, and then one for 420. Okay?
Oh.
All right. So here's the Easter Bunny.
And now it's time for Inebriated History. Abbreviated history.
A drunk retelling of the Easter Bunny's hoppy origins, all right? Buckle up, because this story's about a bunny that lays eggs. I know, it's wild. Let me explain, kinda. So way back in the day, like ancient times when people worshipped the sun or whatever. There was this goddess named Eostre. She was like the goddess of spring and fertility, and people were all about her because she made the flowers bloom and stuff. And guess what her animal was? A rabbit. Why? Because rabbits are like the Netflix and chill champs of the animal world. They're really good at making more rabbits, you feel me? Anyway, fast forward to when Christians were like, hey, we're going to celebrate Easter to honor Jesus' resurrection. And somehow spring vibes and Jesus got mashed together. People were like, spring, new life, fertility, bunnies, boom. The Easter Bunny was born, kinda. But wait, where do the eggs come from? Rabbits don't lay eggs. That's where it gets weirder. See, eggs were already this big symbol of new life back in the day. People used to decorate them in spring festivals to celebrate, like, yay, the sun's back and it's not freezing anymore. Then, Germans, yeah, the Germans, those guys love weird traditions. They came up with this hair that delivered eggs to good kids. Like Santa, but fluffier and without a sleigh. German immigrants brought the idea to America, and Americans were like, wait, chocolate eggs, let's go. And now, every year, we've got this magical bunny who sneaks around hiding candy eggs in your yard, and nobody questions it. Like, why is he hiding them? Why does he even care? Does he have a job? Does he file taxes? Oh, and the candy. That's just capitalism being like, hey, what if we made people buy a metric ton of chocolate shaped like animals? And we all said, yes, please. So yeah, the Easter Bunny is basically this mashup of ancient fertility goddess vibes, Christian resurrection themes, German folklore, and chocolate marketing genius. And we all just go along with it because who doesn't like candy and a fluffy bunny? And that's the story. Probably, maybe. Happy Easter, everybody.
This inebriated history was, like, made possible with VideoGen.
Did you learn anything there, Joseph?
A little bit, but I also do want to point out that your hypocrisy from earlier in the episode when you got on to me about the whole, like, we're not going to make it that kind of episode. And then the dude straight up referenced Netflix and chill. I'm just saying, like, we're not doing that. Like, is it rules for thee, but not for me kind of thing? Like, that's not okay. Like, if I can reference it, he can too. That's fine. But if he can, I should be able. I'm just saying, you can't be doing that. You can't harness. Oh, is that? Oh, and then you just play this song. Like, okay, get off the stage.
Like, wrap it up, V.
Get up. On to the next.
But no, this is the one I wanted. The history of we did the Easter Bunny, right? And now the Easter Bunny, since it falls on April 20th, I did an inebriated history for 420, like where it came from, like the phrase. Excuse me, the phrase and everything.
Different kind of inebriation there.
Well, remember our inebriated is but this is inebriated / abbreviated history, right?
Yeah.
It'd be funny when your son starts doing the voice, like hiccuping. You're like, too much. All right, so here's the last one.
And now it's time for Inebriated History. Abbreviated history.
A drunk retelling of the history of 420. All right, listen up, you beautiful blurry people, because I'm about to drop some history on you. But first, who's got the snacks? No? Fine, let's do this. So, 420. Ah yes, the most sacred of numbers for the herbally inclined. Some say it's like the universal code for, hey bro, let's get cosmic. But where did it come from? Sit down, because this is about to get edumacational. Never mind. You know what? I'm just going to teach you something. All right, so some people think it's a police code before we got a couple of dudes in tie-dye looking way too interested in a bag of Doritos, but no, that's a myth, my friend. Cops don't even have a 420 code for anything cool. It's like trespassing or something lame. The real story comes from a group of high school kids back in the 70s, right? Yeah, this crew of legends, these teenage philosophers. They called themselves the Waldos. I know, sounds like a cartoon gang, but they were real. And they weren't just chillin'. No, they were on a mission. See, the story goes, there was this abandoned weed crop somewhere in California. Because, you know, California. And the Waldos got wind of it. So every day after school at exactly 4:20 p.m. they'd meet up, smoke a little inspiration, and set out on a quest to find this mystical lost stash of Mary Jane. Like Indiana Jones, but with less whips and more woe. Dude, did we just walk in a circle? And guess what? They never found it. Not once. Not a leaf, not a bud, just a whole lot of bonding and getting real philosophical about why pizza is shaped like a triangle but comes in a square box. But they kept saying it. 420, man. It became their thing. Fast forward a bit, boom! The Grateful Dead gets involved. The Deadheads start spreading the term like melted butter on a warm bagel. Next thing you know, bam! It's everywhere. Now, April 20th is basically a worldwide holiday for people who just want to take a deep breath and forget they were supposed to do something important today. And now everyone knows it. Your grandma, your boss, probably even your dog. It's written on bathroom walls, whispered in college dorms, and if you text your friend 420, right now, they already know what's up. So there you have it. The history of 420, a tale of high school legends, lost treasure, and a completely pointless but very celebrated tradition. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a very important appointment with a bag of chips and zero responsibilities. Cheers.
This inebriated history was, like, made possible with VideoGen.
Well, yeah, I don't know if it's true, but it sure sounds good, doesn't it?
Sounds like a good story. I also want to point out that last week or the week before was National Weed Day, but not that National Weed Day.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
2 weeks ago, and then we have this.
Yeah.
Like, I can definitely not have my parents listening to this podcast anymore because they're gonna be like, "Oh, we knew it.
No,
We knew it back in high school that you were like that." I'm be like, "We don't. We just are naturally happy."
We just like laughing at stuff. I just think it's funny. Like, I thought it was crazy that, and not to, I mean, I hope this doesn't sound like a jerk or, you know, impeding on people's, you know, religion or whatever, but I thought it was just funny that Sunday is Easter, but it's also 420 Day. You know what I mean? So there's gonna be a lot of celebrating going on in the world. Not all for the same reason though, but
Well, a lot of those people taking other people's chocolate.
yeah, exactly. And I myself am going kayaking on Saturday, so even a third way to relax and chill, you know?
Relax. Go to it when you want to go to.
You know, I'm thinking about doing an inebriated history for Milli Vanilli. Like, people don't know who Milli Vanilli was.
Blame it on the rain.
This band that was big for like this very short time, then some information came out and it was like, whoa, that really sucks.
But okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Like, they lip sync the songs in concert, or they weren't even the ones that sang.
So I think, well, they got caught at lip syncing at a concert, right?
Yeah.
And I think when I was younger, we'd have to look it up, but I think when I was younger, I was like, oh, they were lip syncing the whole time. But I think what it was is they actually sang it on the album.
Yeah.
But they got caught lip syncing at a concert. And anyway, they just destroyed, you know, their entire rep. Are you looking it up right now?
I am. Because the thing is this, like, if that's the whole deal, is like, hey, they weren't actually singing it. It was somebody else, like, the whole time. Like, they were just like the face. That's one thing. But like, you ever watch like there's some concerts like you go to and like, you know, they're not singing that because they're like dancing up there and
oh yeah,
I'm like, you know what, there's no way you sound exactly like your album.
You remember the? I was trying to think. Is it that CC Music Factory? I think it was Sweat. I think that was the song.
I know what
There
you're
was.
talking about.
I think that was what it was. There was a song where they had this girl in the music video, and they used somebody else's voice because they liked the way the girl looked, but they used someone else's voice in that video. And like I know that was a big deal, but that was around the same time, man. It was like those 92 to 94 range or something like that. 90.
That CNC, that Sweat song reminded
Yeah.
me. Immediately pops on the mic, Marky Mark, and the Good Vibrations, and he's like
Oh,
working
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's like the ultimate flex. Like let's do a video, and I'm just gonna work out and like look really good with my shirt off, and I want to rap along with it. What do y'all think? Like, no, I'm sure there's somebody who's like, really, like, why? And he's like, just because it's gonna be. It's like a double. It's like two birds with one stone
Exactly.
on
Right.
420 day. On 420 day, just so that we
I
rap.
forget. I've seen some stuff. It's been a while, but I've seen some. He's done some interviews or whatever. That dude wakes up at like 3 or 4 a.m. or what, I think every day to work out because he's not getting bothered by his. This way he can work out in peace and not have, his kids aren't up, his wife isn't up. And I'm just like,
I
dude,
get that.
that's
Well, when
dedication
does he
right
sleep?
there.
There's no way he like. There's
I
no way
think
he
he
like.
could- But I think he's because he's older. I think he goes to bed a little bit earlier. You know what I mean? Like I don't think he
Yeah.
like.
So, well, that's my thing. Is like if you get up, like when I first started teaching, the mentor teacher lady I had, she was like, "Oh, I wake up at 4, or it was like 4:45 every day to get ready for work and get in, and so because I like to, I get myself ready and I have my coffee and I get dressed and I come to work. I'm here by 6:30 every day." And I was just like, "Geez, man, like you get up that early every day?" And I was like, "You must." I just told her, I was like, "You must be tired, dude." Because I'm going to bed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, getting up at 6 and coming, like getting ready to come to work, right?
Right.
And then have a conversation. She's like, "Oh, I go to bed at like 6:30 or 7." So I'm like, "Oh, okay. So you're getting like 8 hours. You're getting your sleep. Like it's not one of the things where like." And that was how we got in the conversation, was because I was talking about. I was like, "Oh, do you watch such and such TV show at night, like on Fox or whatever it was?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm in bed by that time." And so
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, you're in bed by that time." I was like, "Oh, okay." Like that's when we got the conversation. I was like, "Oh, so you're still getting your 8 hours, but you're just not staying up late." And I was like, "Okay, gotcha."
See, I can't do that because if I go to bed early, like if I have to go to bed at like 7, then I'm up at like 1.
Yeah.
Like I can't even. It's not even like getting my 8 hours. Like I'm just up. Like well, my body's tired of sleeping, so I don't even try that now. But that's all we got for this episode, Choey. Anything you want to add before we start doing the social media plug?
I'm good, man. I'm
Excited
eagerly
for next week?
excited for next week. Like we not knocking any of the other people that we had coming on the show previously, but I'm assuming this guy's not adopting like a pseudonym or like a different moniker. He's not going to be.
But we'll ask him.
He's
We'll
not
ask him
Newman.
about that. Yeah.
Well, if he wants to, I mean, I'm not going to bash him.
That probably kind of hurts what he wants to do. He wants people to know who he is and not be like, "Who the hell was that guy?" But
AKA so and so.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited. It's the first time that we'll get a guest on that. Well, every guest I brought on has been someone I knew, right?
Yeah.
Oh well, then you helped me with Boss Man. But I mean, I met him before he came on.
Yeah.
But this will be the first time that we're just gonna be a guest and we don't know who they are, right? But actually, we're gonna record 2 times next week, hopefully, because we got to record our little thing for Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, and I figured it would work better on like a Friday or a Saturday.
I like. Did you ever, before we do the social media plug, because I realize we're gonna wrap it up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that TV? Usually there's like a TV show. Did you ever watch that TV show?
Yeah, the game show. Yeah.
Yeah, it blew me away. Like, and I wasn't good at like some of the countries, like where like I have no idea where that. But like our continents were like, but then like what blew me away is like the people that got United States never got them right.
Oh yeah, I was always like, I wish I got the U.S. I could do this. I can do this.
They're like Texas, and they're like dropping in like in Oklahoma and like Arizona, and I'm like, you don't know what Texas is?
The only
What's wrong
thing
with you?
I could think of back then is I guess The View. Maybe maybe they don't have this, because you're right there. Maybe you can't see as well. I don't know. But what? Speaking of that, because I actually thought of something too. Is remember the lady that was on that game show, right? The
Yeah.
agent or the chief. The chief.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Lean on Me with Morgan Freeman? Like the Lean on Me movie?
Like once or twice.
When he took over the high school as principal and whatnot, right? There
Yeah.
was a parent. So there was one of the troublemaker kids that Morgan Freeman boots out. His mom is like this hyper Karen, back in the day, right? Causing all sorts of problems. That was her.
Oh.
And I was just like, hey, that's the lady from. I knew her, and then I saw Lean on Me after I saw wearing the World's Carmen Sandiego. I was like, hey, that's the Carmen Sandiego lady. But you know what? I also like the was it Rockapella? The one that did the theme song.
Yeah. The theme song.
Yeah, and they did like a Folgers commercial. I think shortly after that.
Yeah.
With the Folgers jingle. So acapella. I was like, hey, I know those guys.
Apparently, like the lead singer guy got like a big head and like went out and tried to go out on his own, and they just fell apart. Like,
you can't sing acapella without a group. That's the whole point of having acapella.
Well, I'm just like you're doing the theme song for like a PBS TV show, brother. Like you're not Usher. You need to calm down.
It would have been cool if they had the guy that does the snaps. I'm on my own now. I'm leaving. I'm taking my game to the higher levels,
They're like, we could use you in like literally every song before we start off. Can you snap fast and slow? What about like at a medium pace?
Can you do both hands at the same time? Can you do? This is crazy, but
last second Earth Day shopping blowout. Because nothing says I love the planet like panic consumerism.
That's right, folks. Earth Day is basically now, and you definitely forgot. But don't worry. At Eco Guilt Depot, we've got you covered with all the last-minute, semi-meaningful crap you can pretend helps the environment. Reusable straws? Get a 10-pack for $2.99. Will they roll around in your car cup holder for eternity? Absolutely. Will you still feel smug? You betcha. Bamboo toilet paper? Soft on your cheeks, tough on your conscience. Save trees one awkward wipe at a time. Solar-powered phone charger? Yes, it takes 16 hours in direct sunlight. No, it won't save the planet, but it looks eco as hell. Adopt a tree certificate? Do you know where the tree is? No, but it's probably somewhere good. Frame it and feel things. And for our ultra procrastinators, buy literally anything and we'll throw in a free sticker that says, I recycle sometimes. Stick it on your laptop. Let people know you're basically Captain Planet. So don't delay. The Earth is literally on fire and you've got 12 hours to make it look like you care. Eco Guilt Depot. Saving the planet. Ish.
All right, social media plug. So follow us on Choey and Jan. CHOEY, the letter N, JAN. We're on X. We're on X, TikTok, and really YouTube with that. Because I was thinking, because Choey and Jan 2, we add the TOO at the end as our threads and Instagram, right? And then really that's all I got there. I will tell you, I'm gonna be bringing back the bunker report. I've been asked the last 2 home games, where's it at? So I don't know when I'm gonna do that, but I'll start bringing that. But I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. So then you can always look if you want to. If you get bored, you need some more Choey and Jandler type humor in your life. You can see me there on Saturdays too. So we got a lot going on, and then we're gonna get together obviously this summer. We got even more stuff. But all right, dude. Anything? Again, you can do your pull the plug sound effect. I'll get it from the thing when I edit. But let's go ahead and stop it, sir.